Ladies and gentlemen, the long-awaited, highly anticipated, she's back. She's back. Ruth Harker, ladies and gentlemen, an 85er. Pardon me while I stand up and applaud, Ruth. Hey, man, some people that living underneath a rock doesn't know what the hell a 85er is. Can you tell some folks around what you are and your teammates, what you accomplished?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on, Wales.
All right, then.
The 85ers were the first U.S. women's national soccer team, and it might go unnoticed, but it was the start of some epic DNA. It was a group of 17 women chosen from the Olympic Festival in 1985 in Baton Rouge, and we really had a very short period of time to get together, making $10 a day, and we went and played the first mini World Cup in Italy in 1985.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And you know what, Wales,
Tell me.
one of the things someone asked me this the other day, what was your mindset sort of going into that? And mine was that I didn't want to disappoint, I didn't want to fail so that the next generation wouldn't have an opportunity. Because the US soccer wasn't really interested in women's programs at that time, and I felt like if we failed, that they would not invest anymore. So it's super important for this team to really be gritty and to at least make Americans proud, and US soccer then to be willing to invest more.
Man, I just got goosebumps. And you're a friend of mine, but you are also a soccer legend, a real player. And you are now well certified Hall of Affinity. Ruth Harker.
Oh man.
Yeah, baby. I mean, come on.
Oh
It's
Wells, you know what? It's like that. I feel humbled by that, but it's the more important thing that every person on this 85er team does is give back. And I always say this expression, and our storyteller told me this one time, is that we all have to send the elevator back down to raise other women. And that that's not just future, but it's also past players. And part of our LLC, which the 1985ers is the first team to incorporate with all 17 players. So all of us are equal owners in this LLC. And the goal is to bring livelihood from legacy, right?
yeah.
So there are people like, let's Cheryl Miller, that didn't get livelihood from her legacy. And so our goal as an 1985 LLC is to shed light on that and to help them begin to get livelihood from their legacy. And so we're doing it as an 85er team is sort of a template for some of these others. And we're going to spotlight those others through our website, through storytelling, 90-second little films. So people get to know who these people are and what their past did for the future athletes.
Man, you started women goalkeeping in the St. Louis area. And with the podcast, I got several other uh, young goalkeepers. But you and we worked out last season. I was working you out, man. You
I love that too. I miss it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll do it again shortly when the weather
Well,
cools.
I call you when I need it.
Balum. That's right. Yeah,
And you always do it, and I'm always grateful.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, when one get, it's the goalkeeping union. When one, hey, you gotta help it, ba ba boom, ba ba bang.
it's a good meditative thing for me to sit on my butt and take balls from you. That's for sure.
There you go. And so there you are. You're at UMSL, and you just had just a couple years with the Gettemeyer twins, and they say, "Hey, come on, you got it." And there you are. You find yourself in the NCAAs. Am I correct?
Yes. But let me tell you something.
All
It
right.
goes back to what I just said about sending the elevator down.
Yes.
If it weren't for the Gittemeyer twins, they sent the elevator back down and raised me. And I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now if it weren't for those two ladies.
Pardon me while I stand up and applaud. And, they're in the Whale Certified Hall of Fame, but we have now just put them in Whale Certified Hall of Affinity, the Gettemeyer twins.
Yes,
Joan and who?
absolutely.
Joan and
Joan and Jan.
Joan and Jan, baby.
And they had a sister, Karen, who was equally as loving and caring and helped to raise me too. That was a pivotal point in my life. I could have gone good or bad, and those two ladies, time after time, raised me from my freshman year in high school. They said, "Come play with us," and then when they went to UMSL, they said, "Ruth, we got a good gig here. Come here, come join us." And again, I know they hate that I do that all the time, but they're the reason I'm standing here talking to you right now.
That's right, man. I'm putting the elevator down. Can you introduce, like, in your own way of putting the sister in the Whale Certified Hall of Affinity?
I'm sorry, re-ask the question.
All right, then. All right. You've only known the whales a couple years. It takes decades to understand me. All right. But the situation is this. I've never heard that story about the Greta Meyer sister other than
Yeah,
the
she
twins.
she's their older sister.
Yeah. So can you put her in the Whale Certified Hall of Affinity in just the way that only you could do it?
Well, she, obviously she was their older sister, and I met her through their sisters, and we played together for St. Blaise. And she was equally as receptive and supportive of me
Oh no.
when I got on that team.
Hey Ruth, I'm gonna get you some jelly. This you gotta, put the pass. You're gonna introduce her to the whole world into the Whale Certified Hall of Fame. Can you do it?
Yeah,
Well, come on, I did it.
Karen Gettemeyer, you're now in. You are in the Infinity Whales Hall of Fame.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Officially.
Yes, officially. Oh, wow, man. There you
I
go.
believe her last name is Karen Gettemeyer Abishan now. I think her last name is Abishan now.
Wonderful.
I will always know her as Karen Gettemeyer, but
Right. But what, man? Isn't it nice? Soccer has always been like that for us, where I've never heard it said that way, and I can't wait to say it all the time. Of letting bringing that elevator down to lift us up. So the whole deal is that when you had older brothers or older sisters, and you had you family, and when you went over to the house, they would say, "Oh, you're that guy." Yeah, and it was. I mean, you felt like part of the family and the team and the neighborhood.
they were my family. They were my family.
Yeah.
They were my sisters, and it's a built-in group of friends.
Right.
And I don't care how long and in between times that I see the Gettemeyers, for example, it's always this safe, warm spot.
Yeah.
And till my dying day, till my last breath,
Yeah.
I will have this appreciation for them because, this might seem weird, but in some way, they changed the trajectory of my life in a
Yes.
positive way that I could have gone really bad. I came from
Yeah.
poverty.
Sure.
I didn't know how I was going to get to college, all these things. And they are the ones who made all that possible for me. And I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today if it weren't for those ladies.
Right
So
on.
that's why it's so important that we do that forward for others.
Yes.
I'm at this event this weekend, and we do this ribbon cutting for this field that was donated to this disenfranchised school. And while I'm there, I meet this little girl. She's a goalkeeper, and you always know the quirky ones. And later on, and she kind of shadowed me through the whole event. And it's a pretty crowded event, and you're signing autographs to these kids. And she reaches out to me on Instagram and asks to be my friend. So I did. And then at the end of the night at the Rain game, she found me as I was leaving, and she asked me if I could sign a piece of paper. And I had the shirt from the Rain that they gave me, and I said, "Well, what about the shirt?" And she's like, and she started. I signed it, gave it to her, and she started crying, and her dad started crying. And those are the little peas that you throw in the pond that make waves.
There you
Those are
go.
the ways you send the elevator down, and then you make sure that they get to the floor they need to be on, right?
Oh, yeah. Under full disclosure, I could sit and listen to you for days.
Oh, Wales.
Yeah.
I could listen to you for a long time.
All
We
right.
have a certain language.
Yeah, yeah. And we could share some Bosnian food or something.
Yes, yes, yes.
Some
I
Greek food.
need.
Yeah, some Greek food. Yeah. But I need to express that a lot of folks, the word, the name, the player, Michelle Akers. But
Yeah,
Michelle Akers doesn't take a breath without saying something about the 85ers.
you're so right. I went. She invited me, and I a lot of times don't want to go to events with her because she's the shiny object. And
Yeah,
sometimes she doesn't want to be the shiny object. She just
right.
wants to
Yeah.
just go. So we went to this the Olympic induction ceremonies in Colorado Springs recently. It was the most relaxed environment. That there was a little a speaking engagement for children, and there were probably 300 kids in this room, and there were mothers of these children there with the Wheaties box with Michelle on it, and they're
Wow.
asking questions, even
Yeah.
and there are little girls with Acre jerseys on.
Yeah, man.
It was just so powerful. But the first thing she said was, I wouldn't be here without my 85er teammates.
Wow.
So you're right. She never, ever
No.
does anything, and she could easily,
Yeah.
easily just go write her book, go do her docu-series and get livelihood out of that. But she refuses
Yeah.
until she takes care of her 85ers.
You know,
Yeah.
Karen Lombardo out there at Lombardo's restaurant, uh, Lombardo Baker now, but she's has a restaurant, famous Italian restaurant out on Natural Bridge across the street from the airport. And
And one right by St. Louis City.
oh yeah, that's her brother, I believe. Yeah.
Well, it still says Lombardo's, man.
All right, all right, all right. And so here it comes. She's very humble. Talk to you in Italian, but once you say, "Hey, I know Ruth Harker," she what? She lights up, and it's
Oh,
oh yeah, it's the
she was my bud. She's
yeah, man,
funny, and she
yeah,
made me laugh, and she's beautiful. Yeah,
yeah,
she's a
man,
beautiful spirit. Yeah.
right, yeah, and she's
Eat at Lombardo's.
that's right, that's right. Under full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, the toasted ravioli is well certified Hall of Affinity.
Totally.
Oh man! So the whole story goes with that is that it's a never-ending thing, and it'll always be going when the elevator is put down. When you after you get off, you set the elevator back down. Uh,
That's right.
yeah, there used to be an old elevator where they you had the a
Can I
full.
give credit where that expression came from?
Please do.
Our storyteller one time told me that. She goes, our goal, and she's a great visionary. She was a Derek Jeter. Her name's Jamie Metzler, and she was an agent for Derek Jeter, and she got pissed off because all she was getting is sort of male, agency. Like she's like representing men, and so she started her own business to do this, and she said it's because we have to send the elevator. She's the one that gave me that expression. I want it to be my expression, and she goes, I gave it to you for your tool belt, but I've used it probably every day since then, that expression, because I think it says everything.
Everything, everything. What a beautiful
So I
story.
just want to give her kudos for that.
Yeah. And under full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get from Ruth Harker from the first moment you meet her. Nothing but authenticity. You're the most one of the mo- you're the most authentic person I've ever met, Ruth. It just is a jewel. Uh, it always something. I mean, it's you feel like you're in regular, but then you realize I'm in the presence of awe when
Oh,
All
stop it.
right then.
I'm not going to be able to get my head back on my pillow.
All right then, Rue. Yeah. So you got all that, and now there's a couple of seeds that we need to plant to put the whole citywide area of soccer, of underserved soccer. Uh, we're going to be getting on that. But in a bigger
Yeah.
sense, you have always reached out about goalkeepers, uh, women goalkeepers. Have you been amazed at some of the national team and college and high school goalkeepers you have met in the last couple of years?
Absolutely. There I have to tell you a great story. So Chicago was playing the Rain, and we're at the Queens match getting honored for that. And I'm sitting in our hotel lobby. We're doing a puzzle. Me and our creative team are doing a puzzle in the lobby in between events. And Alyssa Nair walks in, and she immediately says, this is Ruth Harker. She was the first, and she shows up at all of our events. She's been supportive. And that night, she scored a goal, right?
Yeah.
And the next morning, I see her, and I'm outside making a phone call or something. She comes up, she goes, Ruth, did you, something like, did you see the goal? And she goes, did it look good? And I'm like, it absolutely looked great. And, but that's the sorority of it. And so, and that's what Alyssa's doing too. She's doing the exact same thing,
Yeah.
of sending these, finding these kids, just like at that ribbon in, and putting the pebble in the pond
Yeah.
to help make those waves, to help these kids, and goalkeepers in particular, because we're a quirky bunch.
Boom, boom.
uh, I just think that's a great story, that she recognized the DNA. Not only did she recognize the DNA, then she asked someone like me, did the shot look good? So I'll send you a picture of it, of her with her little number one finger up, meaning her first goal.
Yeah,
Not, I
man.
mean, outside of penalty kicks.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic. It was a fantastic
I mean,
200th, game, her 200th game, and she scores a goal.
it seemed like it, years, decades ago, never heard of such a thing. Now it's part of the game that you want your goalkeeper to score something, for as a dead ball situation, PKs, and she went up. Uh, Time is ticking. up on a car.
Right.
Go.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I got goosebumps just talking about it now, and then the fact that we rehashed it the next morning, and she's asking me if it looked good.
Yeah.
I'm like, it absolutely looked good,
Yeah, man. Because that.
and just her intensity before it even.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, she wanted it bad. She wanted her team to score bad, but her eye contact, all of it was like, like I said, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it.
That's
It was
right.
great.
And that's what other people wouldn't see. And I guarantee you, that's exactly what I saw when I saw that clip of how she did what she did.
It was
Because that
fantastic.
goalkeeper on the other team, she was keeping the ball out.
Did you see her try to make the save with her foot as
Oh,
it's
did
coming?
I?
It was so fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to her. It was not her,
Oh,
but she did everything she could,
it
obviously. But
it was
it
like,
was bittersweet because the
yeah,
rain's we're there for the rain, but I'm there also for Alyssa.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah. And
it
that
was
whole thing
fantastic.
is that's no loser. That's not a loss. That's where the the universe demanded that she would score. I mean, when you put yourself right there,
Right.
it's unbelievable, and that's the beauty of when you send that elevator back down. You know it's going to grab somebody, and they're going to come on up, and they're going to really enjoy the view. You know.
Well, you think about Alyssa Nair's career and the shoe she had to fill. Here's a silent, kind of quiet leadership who grinded and grinded and grinded. And the picture when she's like got her hands up in the air and you see goalkeeper mitts, it was like everything. I'm gonna have that poster put up in my wall,
Beautiful,
my
man.
house.
Beautiful. Yeah, man. And how are the kids?
They're beautiful.
All right.
They're
Well,
beautiful.
well, give my
Just took
regards.
my son, just took my son fishing,
Oh,
which then I'll never fish again because it hurt my heart.
wow.
You know,
Well,
but
yeah,
there is that.
yeah. And tell me, correct me. Am I going to say Ruth Harker, goalkeeper, Ruth Harker, goalkeeper, international goalkeeper, Ruth Harker, scientist? Are you a
Geek,
scientist?
I am.
I mean, you're the first one I ever met, and it was in the shadows of the Beeville Mill, and you telling me that, my jaw dropped. My gosh, I mean, that's the first time. Uh, what do you do for a living? I'm a scientist.
Well, not really. That's not what I do for a living. It's part of what I do for a living. But
Okay.
what I really want to do is be a good steward to the earth. So I work for a company that I'm like, we really need to do these, landfill biodegradable products because I'm wearing plastics that can't leave microplastics. And my old employer said, do it on your own time. So I did.
Oh, yeah,
And because
yeah.
I was passionate about it, I'm like, I don't want microplastics on the earth. And so I worked with a French company, me and my business partner, and um, we got it, And so the companies like Prairie Farms are interested in having that in their back pocket, and it's just a matter of time. But it really meets the customer where they are. You
Wow.
don't know what to do with your lidding film on your cottage cheese.
Yeah, yeah.
Throw it now. You get to throw it in the garbage, and it's gone in 2 or 3 years because
Mm,
microbes that live down there eat it.
mm, 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 mm. I mean,
So that's
wow.
was that a synopsis?
I
Or are you gonna cut that out?
cut it out. There is no editing in Whale Certified. I don't know how
Hell,
to do
there's not.
it. No.
Is it because you don't know how?
Well, that's one, but the main reason is that that's priceless content. I just was there. That was wonderful, and oh my goodness, how well that is for the next podcast is that we're going to get into that because this is not going to be overlooked for God's sakes, you know. I
It's
mean,
the right thing.
yeah,
We got to take care of it for our children, our grandchildren.
yeah,
And
and I like
I'm a
it.
tree hugger.
There you go. And I like it so much when you say, "Hey, I'll meet you where you're at."
Right.
Not,
That's where we have to be, because
yeah,
people just aren't. I'm not saying people are stupid. People, that's not what they're, this
yeah,
guy's a banker or this woman is
yeah,
a high-powered lawyer, and she takes that kind of, she's letting off and she's like, where do I put this?
yeah,
And a lot of times it goes into recycle, which messes up the recycle stream because it's a laminate, it's two different pieces
yeah,
of plastic.
exactly.
And so this makes it a lot easier. They just throw it in their trash. There's
This,
no half thought process through it. You just throw it in your trash.
yeah, yeah. The St. Louis City Refuge, they have, you have your trash and you have your green, for your
Yeah.
leaves, and then you got the
Proud of
recycle.
St. Louis City for that too.
Yeah, yeah, but it's all goes to the same place. They
Sometimes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
yeah,
There, if you looked at the percentage of what recycle goes really to recycle, it's a really, significantly, I would just say probably around 30% of that actually goes in
yeah,
is recycled.
yeah. Well, um, it comes to that time, and I hope everything works out for you uh, and your friend to get that new RV or something.
We're just waiting on it. Yeah, we
Yeah,
bought a Class B RV, and we have business here. And I was already up here, so my business partner flew out here, and we're gonna drive it back.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm safe travels, beautiful travels, and it's custom here at Well Certified to say, "Hey, Ruth, whatever you want to say to who you ever want to say it to, for as long as you want to say it for, this is your opportunity."
I want to say thank you to the Gittemeyers, to Marge Rosenthal, to my beautiful family, and really to my sisterhood of the 1985ers, and to you, Wales.
Oh, wow, man. Well, that's why we only do audio because you don't want to see the whale crying on the
No,
screen. Yeah, baby.
but
Oh.
that doesn't take much, Wales.
Well, you got a point there. Yeah,
That kick to the shin that I gave you the last time.
yeah.
Thanks for having me on, Wales, man. I'm grateful.
Right on, right on. And I'll be getting back to you. And I got marching orders, and I'll be getting up on it.
You better.
All right then.
All right, sir. You
I
take care.
I
Love you,
promise.
Wales.
Love you.
So.
Bye bye.